All right, here we go. Been a long time since I've been in one of these. I've been in them a couple times with Ronan, but long time since I came in and shopped. It's been actually years, couple years. And we're gonna go in and we're gonna shop and see what we can find, anything worthwhile, so stick around. All right, we're going down to the hunting stuff here. We're gonna check out, we're gonna make two videos. One is gonna be on the hunting stuff and the other one will be on some of the camping stuff, but we're gonna check it out and see. Up here is mainly knickknacks and fishing. Down here is where the hunting stuff will be. So we're gonna dive in and see what we can find here. It's a really cool looking Bass Pro Shops. They got a nice aquarium in here. Like I said, I've been here many times with Ronan, but I'm always chasing him around, playing on boats and playing with the fish. I don't get a chance to actually do any real shopping. So we're gonna dive in today, and whatever one we come to first will be the first video. Looks like it's gonna be hunting stuff here. So we're gonna see what we would buy. What are we at here? Where are we at? Actually regular clothes. And this is probably more so where I would actually shop at for my hunting stuff, is in the regular clothes department. But let's take a look here. Let's dive into the hunting stuff and that kind of thing here. We got quite a bit starting at one end and going to the other. Let's go, we'll save the bows for the end. Let's start down here and just work our way through and see. But again, this kind of stuff is where I would spend more of my time. More of the clothes I would be buying is this stuff. I'm not a big fan of the camo things. It would be simple things like this right here. It's a very nice shirt, actually. Very, very nice shirt. I like it. 1776 and 20 bucks. That is nice shirts, but I would wear that. To me is a hunting shirt right there. Sweet, simple, and easy. No reason to get all creative and fancy. Even stuff like this, simple, functional. It's Under Armour, though I refuse to wear it. Just a personal thing because of the brand itself. But like I said, let's dive in here. Let's see here. So here's where that's camping. We're going to do that next. But we dive into here, see if there's anything. We do love the game processing stuff here. They make really good grinders. They make really good mixers. And I think they also carry lem now too, which is really nice. We love the lem stuff. Tubs are worth their weight in gold. Sausage stuffers, I got one just like this, but I can't remember who makes mine, but man, we love ours. Love this stuff, use the crap out of it. Gun safes and gun cases. We got a little bit of everything here. Let's see if we find something worth it, and I'll stop you. Look at these right here. Remember when you used to actually hold something or just use a monopod? Now you got all these fancy for crossbows and for rifles, but you got these whole fancy gizmo clamp setups where it holds the whole thing for you. Crazy stuff, but I do like these. Look at these little compact sticks. Those are pretty sweet. 25 bucks. Just a little folding shooting stick that you can slap together. Nice indexer on there with rubber inside. That's a pretty sweet little system right there, not gonna lie. That is, and that weighs next to nothing. That is pretty. Bungee cord, quick throw, just fling them out, slap them together, and there you go. That's a pretty cool little system right there, not gonna lie. Got some sweet vinyl harnesses. Look at these right here, 29 bucks. This one's 60 bucks. They got some pretty cool ones too. Look at these Instinct ones, and you can mount other things on there. Let me grab that. Is that locked on? Oh, there we go, right there. That is pretty slick system. Check that out. Little fold over, quick and easy. That's a pretty nice little setup right there, and those are compact. Digging it. Pretty sweet little bino setup on here. Little bino harnesses for you guys that use those. I did for a while. I really like them, but now I just don't have the time to mess with them. It's just easier to just put a strap on them. But that's pretty slick little setup right there. Just browsing. These things here, been around for 25 years, still worth their weight in gold for $6. Little microfiber cloth that stuffs into itself. They are, like I said, literally worth their weight in gold, especially down here in the south, or if you're somewhere that's real dusty. But these things are just, they're so nice. Look at it. Even with just one finger and my thumb, but just tucks right up in there. There you go. And you just clip that anywhere you want, little spuds. But they do a fantastic job. Can't say enough good things about those. I probably got 50 of these things. I guess that's really not a bad price for 170 bucks when you price out tripods and stuff for that thing right there. $170, I would have thought it would have been more. That is not a bad price for that kind of a setup. And again, for firearm or crossbow, work either way. Always fascinated with containers. I don't know why I am, but I am. And here, look at, you get these whole setups right here, 3 ammo cans, but right there, double lock, 3 of them stick in their own case, stackable. Love that kind of stuff. Here's one right here. You get where you get 5 of the smaller ones, all right there in its own functional tray. Love the setups on these things. They got so many different sizes, variations, but I don't know. Like I said, just always have fascination with these kind of containers. Can never, ever have enough of these. Doesn't matter what size, what it is, you always find a use for it. Here's a double, they're zip tied closed. I can't show you, but love these things. And I love how they're now, even Home Depot offers them like this now too, in these kind of configurations and like this. So does Lowe's. Very, very cool setups. Love that combo. Look at here, $6. Talk about the perfect little in your backpack or in your hunting pack, little multi-tool. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be a Leatherman, anything crazy fancy, but look at that, $6 right there. Win, huge win. Love that. And these things are fantastic, not only for use for scent bombs, but these are also my favorite containers. Look at that, 3 of them for $7. Love those for putting milkweed or cotton balls fluff into those and using those for wind indicators. All your different scents and gels, all kinds of goodies. Look at here, Tinks 3-pack, $40. Holy cow, $40. Man, I just don't use this stuff too much anymore. And here we got cans. Love the cans. Cans are sweet and simple, functional. Okay, they work like a champ. However, you learn to make that call by make an estrus doe bleed by mouth. You don't need that anymore, and it's worth it all the time. Hog squealer. A hog squealer, huh? Pretty interesting. Again, something that I would learn to make by my own mouth as I do for hog calls. Not that I'm calling them a lot, but it comes in real handy when you're trying to get in there right on them or trying to get away with something with them. But same with grunts, same with all that stuff. I just don't mess with this stuff too much anymore. I just don't think you need to. And I think you can do better on your own, just learning to make a couple of normal mouth calls. Evercalm, this stuff here, John swears by this. He uses this stuff constantly. He like scrapes it on a tree and rubs it on everything. Look at $23. Holy cow. Man, I need to get into the deer scent and call business. Rattle and antlers right here like these. I always like these bags. They work really good. Never had a problem with them. But again, I don't use them very often. This stuff here, we got plenty of it. I always buy it at the end of the year when it's on sale. You get like one of these for like $4 if you search around for them at the end of the season. I always buy them then. Nice, nice, nice. All right, be back with you. Got some classic case knives right here. Love case. Always have. Never really carried them much, but I always got a sweet spot for them. Look at that. Look how nice those are. Always had a sweet spot for them. Simple, functional, and classic in design. Field dress and stuff. Scales. I always wanted a scale. Don't have one. Good gambrels. If you're going to get a gambrel, get a big heavy-duty gambrel. Get one of these heavy-duty ones like this rather than these little skinnier ones. Make sure, like this. Get a good heavy-duty one. Going to work better for you. Game bags, pillowcases work just fine. Don't need to get too crazy with that. So skull hook or things are pretty cool. What is this? Is this a hide puller? It is. So this is a hide puller. Let me give you a piece of advice rather than this. Just use a rag. Okay, use a rag on the inside of the hide. And if you take a regular, any shop rag or anything like that, and you grab hold of the wet side of the hide, it sticks to it like glue, and it's so easy to pull it down. No reason to spend $40 on this cool tool right there, and then use your elbows. Put more pressure in it. It's going to work really good. Feeder funnels, feeder tanks, $140 off. Wow, still expensive. Traps, more feeders, $69 feeders. All your foods, stuff like that. Cool. Little ground feeder bins where they just walk up to and eat it. If you're into that stuff, some places legal, most places it is not. All depends. And more supplements, and this is all private land stuff. I don't play in that game too much or know too much about it. We got cell cameras, and I don't play with these either anymore. It used to be Bushnells in my day were some of the best. I don't even see a Bushnell. They probably don't even make them anymore. Stealth Cam still does. But again, remember my day, way back in the day, I used to make my own out of a Pelican case with a Vivitar digital camera and in my own circuit boards and my own PR sensors. And we used to build them back before all this stuff too. Now, like I said, here you go, tons of them, and you got options. Again, not my world. Look at here though. You got an Edge 2 right here for 79 bucks. Edge 2 Pro right here, Moultrie. I like Moultrie for 120. And for 149, you get a 2-pack of the Edge 2. So that's actually 10 bucks cheaper than buying one. A little bit of a discount deal in there. There you go, right there. Here's one with a solar panel. Right there, so it's solar power, so you never got to go back to it. And here is some little bitty baby dudes. Look at this little bitty, look at that little guy. Long range flash micro series camera. Again, things I don't know anything about, but very, very cool little options in here. Again, this is out of my element. I don't play in these games anymore, this stuff. I just not a tech. I don't have to chase this stuff. I just go hunt, and it's a different world. But we're going to keep right on going, see what else we got here. Other aisles we got down here. We got a bucket with some really cool stuff in it. Always love these. I made these myself before, but we got a bucket here with a lid with a spinning seat on her. And we got a bucket on the inside, 5-gallon bucket right there. And then look at all your compartments on the outside of these. Love these. I've made so many tool buckets like this. I think that's pretty brilliant. What are they charging for that? Where's the price on these things? How come nobody ever has prices anymore? People, I mean, why does it nothing ever have everything in here? Nothing has a price. I have to chase prices down on everything. Put a price on something. Let's see here. No. I give up. Whatever it is, it's cool. Put a price on it. And duck calls. We're not too messing with the duck stuff too much. And the dog stuff. Let's see what else we can get into here. Let's go over this way. And dog toys for dogs. Oh, we got some knives here. Let's take a look over here. See if anything fancy jumps out. All right, we got some cool ones here. Look at this for a nice little classy EDC knife for 20 bucks. Look at that right there. And they call it a classic EDC knife. That's funny. CRKT, love them. Look at these here. And again, a nice little classy, different sizes of it too. 59 bucks for this one, but a classy, just very nice, liner lock, beautiful setup. High carbon stainless steel blade. Doesn't tell us what the blade is, but I love these. Here we go. Let's see what it says on here for blade material. It still doesn't tell me. Still does not tell me on there. Steel is 141, whatever. Okay, but anyway, I like these little classy EDC knives like this. These gentleman knives kind of things as they are. And here's where you replace it with the actual blades. Look at the price on this, 20 bucks. Actually, I got Cobalt, 2 of these from Cobalt for $10, and they're basically identical, same thing from Lowe's. Something, again, always be watching. Look at here, 27 bucks. I just showed you one, literally 2 aisles over there. It was 6 bucks and basically the same exact thing. So you got to kind of weigh your options and your considerations on there and see what's what as you're going through it. But we got some nice options here. SOG makes some good stuff. Anything here jumping out at me? Again, let's see. Nothing yet. All right, here we got all the Benchmades. Look at these. Man, they do it nice here. They get it done right. All of them back here, but you got pretty much most of them. The bug outs, the whole setup. Love the mini grips. All the details in here. Very well done. Some Kirkshaws. Holy cow. I have that Osborne 940. I bought that knife and I actually gave it to Joe about probably 12 years ago. I didn't realize that it was that expensive. I might have to tell him I want it back so I can sell it. Holy cow. Look at the price of that thing. I don't remember what I paid, but I bought it 15 years ago or something and I gave it to him as a gift. Man, oh man, look at the price of some of these things. They've definitely jumped up pretty big. But some sweet knives. I love the bug out. That one right there. That little bug out one. That blue one right there, if I was buying one, that would be it right there. Love that knife. All right, let's get into some clothing. We're breaking out of that area, diving over here into clothes. Let's see what we got here. All kinds of camo, 25% off redhead fleece. You still can't argue with simple fleece. However, they just grab burrs like crazy if it's not the right kind of stuff. What do we got here? Redhead silent hide pants. Again, I'm not seeing, I wouldn't want to wear these. It just doesn't. None of that in. Now those are pretty sweet. Old Tom. Man, that's lightweight and thin. That's not a bad pant right there. And waterproof rear end on this one. Who is this? What is this? Waterproof knees. Vital Protection D30. Again, no idea. I don't even think these go here. I don't think these are part of this. Let's flip these around. But that's a pretty sweet pants. Holy cow, 200 bucks. 200 bucks. Knee pads in them. Nice, but man, oh man. Just kind of crazy when you get into stuff. These little leafy, thin leafy suits, these have always been very good too for a lot of camo places. Try and get you in there, give you a little better breakup, especially if you're hunting on the ground. Pretty sweet setup, and pretty affordable too. When you look at it here, you're $40 for the pants, $40 or $50, so for a $100 set right there. I'd probably still go full ghillie, but that's a pretty sweet set, and very, very lightweight. As you can see, it's just pure mesh. You can see right through it. But pretty sweet setup. Let's keep right on moving through. Thin shirts, $20, long sleeve, nice, and moisture wicking. I like it. That's that nice material. Can't argue with that. And more bino harnesses. See, I love this stuff. I have this. I have some of this stuff that I bought 20-something years ago. These exact pants right here, because I feel it. They're like waterproof. They're the Guide series, right? No, these ones are not. How much are these things? $70. That's not a horrible price, but yeah, mine were waterproof lined. Are these? I don't think so. But mine, I have these. Like I said, still have them to this day. Worn them a ton of times, and I still bring them with me every trip, but they're waterproof lined in them. I love them. They're a great pant. That's a good looking jacket right there, and a good looking shirt to go with it. Look at how nice that shirt is right there. Side pockets right here for hand warmers. You can drop them right in there too and keep your chest warm. That is a nice shirt. $70, not horrible. But I love that, simple. I like that pattern on there. Like what I'm seeing. Some orange options for vests. I just use an orange t-shirt and cut the sleeves off of it. I live in them. That's what I wear 99% of the time, because one of the places I hunt, you have to wear orange because it's always a rifle season there. Moving through. And again, some good looking stuff. Scent lock. Vests. I always got a sweet spot for vests. Love vests. That's Redhead right there. That's a good looking vest too. Like the pattern on here. How much is this thing? This is on clearance too. $69 on clearance. $69. That's a jacket. Where's the vest? Vest is on. This is actually a puffy, small puffy. $41. 3X though. Man, $41 for that 3X on there for that thing. Here's a vest right here. How much is this vest? $55 for that Redhead vest, and that very soft shell, sweet. That's a sweet windproof, I'll bet, vest right there. That's nicely done. Instinct, that jacket's pretty sweet. What do we got over here? More of this Instinct stuff. Cabela's Instinct. Again, clearance. What size is this? This is small. How much is this? $62. These are some killer deals on these. Waterproof pants, 100% waterproof pants. Man, oh man. Ooh, size 38. That's a little big for me. $239. Is that on clearance? Where's my clearance sticker? I'm curious. Not on that one. Find me a clearance sticker. Those are not those. Those are not. I don't know if those are supposed to be here. There it is. $167. Very noisy, but kind of cool pant. So you're finding some neat stuff in here. Let's keep wandering. If I see something else that jumps out, I'll kind of grab your attention here. More scent lock stuff. See, like that, I'd hunt in this all day long. This is, see, God, that is so nice, and that's $70. Wind resistant, that right there. Oh man, that's the kind of stuff we're looking for right there. All right, so let's wander through. Bibs and coveralls for cold weather. And more of this scent lock stuff. We've already been over here to finish that out. Nice looking jacket, $100. Some cheap BDU type shirts. Look at this. True Fit t-shirts, 2 of them for $20. There you go. That is a deal. Matter of fact, we're coming back. I'm gonna take 2 of these large. I'm gonna take 2 of them with me. That's a very good deal. 2 of them are coming with me. I like it. Is that long sleeve there? Is it short sleeve, or are they all long sleeve? Nice. Yep, 2 of these are coming with me as soon as I get back done over here in this area. Nice here too. This is that really thin. This is almost like my those ones that James told me to buy, and Patrick Donovan sent me one. Like I said, and I ended up buying 2 more. I don't remember what they were called, but they were pretty sweet. This is $100, I think. $59. And that said, like I said, it feels very much like that super thin, quick dry. That's a sweet shirt. Not going to lie. That's a pretty sweet shirt for $59 right there. I like that a lot. Very, very nice for down here in the South. And lightweight pants over here too. Super thin rain pant. What are we talking about here? Instinct 129. Very nice. That is not bad at all. Then $130 for the jacket. So you're $250 or $270 for that. That's not too bad. And it's, you know, I like them like this. I like the simple. I do not want them lined and padded and all that stuff. I need 2 hands, but I don't got 2 hands like this stuff in the hood. See, just simple, nothing crazy, quick to dry, nothing to absorb water. I like that. I like that a lot. They did really, really good on here. There it is right there. $139, $129. That's a good set of rain gear there. And it all fits into this little, right there. Pretty perfect. Can't argue with that. Nice. Wandering through quickly. What else we got here? More of this stuff. Hats, jackets, Instinct. This Instinct line, it seems pretty decent. Here's a thin one too. Another thin shirt. $50. I'd take the other one for $60 all day first. Fancy pants here. What do we got? What are these? How much? No, thank you. Moving on. Again, prices matter. That's a nice shirt. How much is that? I like that shirt, but if it's too much money, yeah, see, $25. No, I'll just go get the 2 for $20 over there instead. Girl stuff here. Very nice. Moving through the clothes. We're already like 16 minutes in. We're not spending forever in here. And I got to do the camping stuff and that kind of thing in another video. So we're going to move around this side. More of those Moultries packs. Some simple packs. Nice. We'll probably see more of that in the camping one. 3D targets. I cannot believe how expensive 3D targets I've got. I used to buy the Delta bucks. You know, I still got 2 of them in my garage, but the good old Deltas. And you could get them for like $79 a piece at Dunham's. These things now today, they're ridiculous, and they're not made the same. They're this super thin, cheesy, no good. You know, they're not what they used to be. Blows my mind what they get away with some of this stuff today. Do not see anything fancy like Kuiu, Sitka or First Light or any of that kind of stuff in this particular one over here that I'm seeing yet. And we got targets. Of course, we got a ton of crossbows. And 500, 700, 300. Got tons of them. Lots of options. $1,700 for that Raven Houdicki thing. $2,100. Holy cow. Man, oh man. But you got optics on there, the whole deal, everything too. It's costing some money. No doubt about it. Little kid bows. I just bought Ronan his first bow, and he's been having a ball with it. It shoots rubber suction cups. It's something like this, kind of, but it shoots rubber suction cups, and he's having a time of his life with it. Very nice. I'm not seeing anything recurve-wise or long bows here. Some bow fishing stuff. And over here we got more compound Oneidas. Nice to see them back. Look at Oneidas. God, I love the Oneida bows. These were one of my all-time favorites. You would think this would be super heavy, but they're not. They're so light, and I love the simplicity of them. It may sound overcomplicated, but they're really pretty basic and simple. Love Oneidas. They've been around forever, and they build an incredible bow. Surprised they're not more popular because they are just excellent bows. Lots of compounds, good packages, kits here for you for pretty decent prices. Look at this right here. Very nice bow setup, $400 for this Cruiser G4. Perfect, everything you need right there. Quiver sights, the whole deal, all ready to roll. Those package deals are perfect. Again, don't think you need to go spending $1,500 on one of these. They're gonna do just fine. Look at this, $549. And that's everything that you need right there. Perfect. Great setup. Nice setup. It is the Adapt 2. Perfect. So like I said, you got lots of options here. As far as that stuff from Bear, from all of them, moving around next style over, shafts, and more, and they just go up and up, 800, 900, 900. So again, you got options in here if you want to get all technical and crazy. Like, look at this thing here. I wonder how light this is. Let's see. You know what, that Oneida Eagle we picked up is lighter than this is. Isn't that crazy? That Oneida we just grabbed is lighter than whatever this is. Who makes this? Blackout, NVS. Again, not my element, but this is actually heavier than that Oneida Eagle is. Or also that Oneida Osprey. Pretty interesting. Broadheads, a little bit of everything. Again, very little for the traditional world, so I don't spend a lot of time in here. The stingers have always been good. Magnet stingers always do a fantastic job. Some releases, bolts, you name it, they got it. But as you can see, There's reasons I don't spend a ton of time in here. I have not, other than 2 t-shirts, I haven't seen anything in here I need to buy or that I want. There's just not, this is not my world anymore. Everything that I want or I use is online only now. This is all the same gimmicky kind of stuff, even the tree stands. No offense to them. You got Millenniums, got a little bit of everything here, but they're not what I would buy. Not even a little bit. I do love this turkey chair. I have 2 of these. This one's steel. I got an aluminum one. Holy cow, that one's heavy. But I got an aluminum version of this thing, and I love it. Nice little chair. But again, you know, I mean, with what we live in today, this is what they're showing us in one of the premier outdoor stores. Kind of lacking. Kind of lacking. For options. Hawk, Millennium, classic big box stuff. There you go. Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Doing good.
Not buying anything?
No, all good. Just making videos.
Okay.
Yep, checking stuff out.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Ready to start everything else?
Thank you. All right, and waders there, and then we're getting into boots. We're gonna save the boots for the next one along with camping stuff, because I do need to actually grab a pair of boots too, but that pretty much covers the whole, we went through the whole hunting department and everything there, show you all the options, everything we got in there. So, like I said, good stuff for a lot of people, but most of it is now geared towards the modern world. Okay, this kind of thing, arrows for that, releases, broadheads for that, it's all geared this way. And that's a world I don't fit into anymore. It's not my world. It's so I don't spend a lot of time shopping here. Most of the stuff I'm using, you can't buy here. So, and I don't even see anywhere. That's the only recurves I see here are these ones on there. I don't see any available. Even used to be like where you'd have Samick sages and stuff like that down on the bottom. I don't see any of that. We do see a little bit of. I see a. Oh, here's our world of traditional here. There you go, right there. That's what you got. So, like I said, pretty limited on that. I don't even see, you know, Samick sages or anything like that, or PSE bows, nothing laying down here. It's just, it's all gone. None of it. Those days have come and gone and passed. Like I said, not too much here for me, but questions, comments, put them down below. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go make another one covering the stuff here that I do really like and why I come here most of the time, which is regular clothes that we use for hunting, boots, and also camp gear. So be back with you in that video. So talk to you soon. Bye.